All right, go.
Welcome back to Hali's Weekly News. Please love, like, and subscribe and comment.
What was I supposed to do?
My week.
No, so we have a fun show for you today, right? We're going to talk about SSI, Social Security Income. We're going to talk about employment again, but from a different context. And then we're going to go into March Madness because it is quickly approaching us now. So got a fun show for you today. I did want to just give a quick shout out. We are just 2 weeks away. Are we? I don't know. Yeah, 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away from the launch of Haley's Weekly News. I'm really excited about this, and Haley's really excited as far as she knows. She's super excited, and we're excited to get that going. And we're gonna make a big fuss of it, especially once it's live and we're rolling. So, be another great avenue, and we're excited for it. So I didn't want to make that quick plug before
My week's pretty good.
before Haley gives us her weekly update.
Yeah.
Now go.
Okay. My week is pretty good so far. I had no sickness. Well,
That's good. Nope.
no sickness. And my week's been pretty good so far. Even it's just like in the middle of the week. It's still pretty good.
Yeah. Good. How come you never asked me about my week?
Because you never asked me, how's your week?
That's fine.
Ah, cool. I should ask about your week too.
Now, do you think it's funny that you are wearing WT like you always do? I am sporting Amarillo College Badgers athletics hoodie. Monica got me. So who do you think is better?
WT and AC.
Yeah, they're both good. I didn't go to AC,
I know. But
but Monica
does.
did and works there currently. So it's pretty awesome. They have sports again. Baseball has started. We need to go to a game.
Aren't they having like a little volleyball at AC? Is what I heard.
Yeah, I think there's volleyball and basketball and baseball right now. But don't quote me on that.
I know.
So that stuff will start in the fall next year.
Uh,
Baseball got to start in the spring. So their season's rocking and rolling. So it's just fun. It's fun. Amarillo College is a really cool campus, especially the one on Washington Street, because it's like a city campus that's in between all these old homes. And it's close to downtown. So it's really cool. I enjoy getting to go over there the few times I've been over there to speak and do things.
isn't the one? Are we on the West Campus? The one by the Turners at West Campus?
Yeah, that's West Camp, and that's where Monica works most of the time. Yeah. That's all the health science stuff and
Yeah.
I think they do their paramedic training and everything on that. I just know as you walk into Monica's door, there's a huge ambulance in a bay for an ambulance to park in where they practice getting a call. So it's fun. Okay. So weeks have been good. It's been windy, but that's just the time of year. It's just the time of year for us. As it starts to get warmer, it just blows like crazy. And yeah, it's pretty intense. Pretty intense.
Like it's really tense the wind today.
Yeah. Do you remember? No, you don't. You weren't here. So 4 years ago now, 4 years ago in 2019, right? You were having major surgery up in New York,
Yes.
and uh, mom and dad were both up there because this was right about the time that you were. I think you were like a day or two away from going in for the operation. We had winds that were like straight line winds, and I'm not a meteorologist or I just know it's windy, right? And I
Right.
pay attention to the weather because we have to get our kids dressed in the morning. Um, we had like straight line winds of 80 miles an hour, and it blew your shed
I kind of remember that.
probably 500 yards.
Wow.
Now, you don't remember it happening um because you weren't here, but Carol Cooper and I, and then Bobby Cooper came out. Uh, we were out there like at 10 o'clock at night because Carol drove by and said, your mom's shed is gone. And it had the carport and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just blew the top off of it. And I spent that night, the three of us spent that night picking up stuff that we could see. And then I went out the next day and I found the shed in the neighbor's uh lot.
Uh, Debbie and Genesis.
No, the other side.
Ah.
Yeah, so it was insane. And then I picked up a bunch of tools that had blown away. Yeah, it was crazy. So that's what we can have. That's pretty rare. Like it hadn't happened since then. Um, but it can happen here, and it's just not any fun. Not any fun. I was walk I had my car parked. I was on the phone and I was tired of driving in the wind. And so I pulled into the academy parking lot,
Yeah.
and there was a lady that was wearing like high-heeled boots, and I was so scared that she was going to fall over because as soon as she came out of her car, like there's a big gust and she kind of wobbled.
Uh,
I was like, "Oh no." But she made it in. But I was really scared she was going to fall. So that's the wind here.
yeah. With wind like this, you should not wear shoes like that.
I wouldn't think so. Yeah. Do you find that you get a little bit more stuffy up in the nasal this time of year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have a nose spray, and sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's, well, I don't have no allergies, but I think it's just like the wind and all that sometimes gets me.
Well, how can it not when it's just blowing dirt?
Exactly. That's the only time I really get stuffy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty nuts. All right. So we do have a cool show lined up today. First thing I want to talk about, Haley, you have been on SSI at one time. I don't think you're currently on SSI, Social Security Income, or is it Supplemental Security
I'm
Income?
not for sure if we're still on it or not.
Okay. Let me make sure. I don't want to get this wrong. SSI. Supplemental Security Income. Okay. That's what I thought. I always second guess myself, and that's what you get for second guessing. Go with your gut. Okay. Supplemental Security Income. It's supposed to help you offset your expenses, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, there was an article that I read that they are proposing changes to benefits, right?
Right.
That um so for now, like at the moment, you can see if you're on SSI, you can see your payments docked by up to a third if someone regularly provides you with meals or groceries. Okay.
Right.
Which is kind of a bummer, but I also get it, right? Because
Mhm.
SSI is meant to help um, cover the gaps,
Yeah.
right? So if your gaps are being covered by other people on a regular basis, you may not need as much. I get it, but it still stinks. Okay. Um, because of the limitations on how much money you can have and how many assets you can have. Right.
Right.
Okay. So in this proposed rule, it would update regulations to exclude food from the way it calculates in-kind support and maintenance. Okay. So if you're receiving like donations from people or people are giving you things, uh that's how they calculate it. So under this rule change, it would exclude from food and groceries from that deduction. All
Mm.
right.
All right.
Now, I think that's good. I think it's catching up with the times, right?
Right.
I think it will be very valuable. But the question I wanted to ask you, because since this is such a big deal, how have how have people outside of your family helped you?
Well, they keep me on a daily basis. That helps. Well, not on a daily basis, but and then they'll take me out to go see a movie or go to a park or whatever.
Sure. What else you got?
Oh yeah, and like they'll take me like to restaurants and have like do like fun stuff.
Yeah. You've received a lot of help from our village, we'll
Yeah.
call it, our team,
Yeah. From church.
from church and schools, and you have a lot of people that have helped you
Yes.
in different ways.
Like they help me get jobs. We went over this last night.
Well, good,
Me and dad did.
good.
Like like they help me find jobs and if somebody not feeling that can't get me that day, they'll pick me up and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, so it's really important. Like you're fortunate, you're
Yes.
very blessed to have mom and dad whose schedule allows them most of the time to get you uh well, it's built into their schedule to pick you up, drop you off, do all those things,
Yeah.
right? Get you to doctor's appointments. How
Right.
many doctors do you have?
I think 10.
You have 10.
I think as including the new one that we're seeing.
Yep,
Does
10.
that count?
Yep.
Okay.
So you have 10 doctors. That's a lot of appointments,
Yeah.
right? So you're pretty fortunate that mom and dad um can get you there.
Yes.
Plus you have me and Monica.
Yes.
We live close.
Very well, not like very close, but we live close
Yeah,
enough.
right. Well, I mean, when you work in Amarillo
Yeah.
and we live in Amarillo,
Yeah.
so that works. Yeah, so you're very fortunate to have a lot of family that can get you places and get you where you need to be. On the off chance that the four of us cannot get you somewhere, we have a ton of people that we can reach out to.
Yes.
You spent the past weekend, partial part of the weekend with the Thackers.
Yes. Just on that Saturday.
Just that Saturday. So, yeah, there are people that are that want to spend time with you, that want to help you, and want to get you places you need to be. So your life has been pretty set up with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel one of those lucky ones because a lot of people don't have that opportunity. Like some people are just raised by a single parent
Yep.
or an uncle or aunt or something like that.
Yep. That's good. People are working, and especially in the labor department, are working to expand expand the disability employment initiative, right? So we are in Amarillo, I would say we are very fortunate to have some major employers that have hundreds of employees, right?
Right.
Um, who are very willing to hire adults with special needs.
Yes.
And not every region is blessed with that. Um, but we are in a way. But there's also room for improvement, right? There are other ways and other places that we could get people into, right?
Exactly.
So, and we've talked about this before, and so I don't want to spend a lot of time rehashing it because I really want to talk about the importance of your job to you. What does your job mean to you?
What my job means to me is that I like both my jobs. I love both of my jobs. Even it wears me out by Friday. I just love them. Like I like playing with the kids, working with kids, and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Do you find value in your job?
Yes.
Do you find like your self-esteem and your self-worth through your job?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It just feels like I'm like more responsible. Like making sure like everybody's okay and make sure whatever they need.
Yeah. Yeah. It's to be honest, which we've always been,
Yeah.
right? To be honest and just frank, there's not a lot of um there are not a lot of ways that you can be a typical adult in your daily life. Is that correct?
Correct.
And so one of the major ways that you get to feel like one and be one and have the responsibilities of an adult is through your job.
Yes.
That's very important. What else do you get from your job?
Hmm. I don't know.
Friendships?
Friendships, like I have a bunch of friends and all that stuff that care
Yeah.
about me.
Yeah. And this will be the case with the Turn Center in a few years too, but you have all the kids that you have kept safe at the Montessori school
Yes.
for 16 years.
Yes.
When they grow up and they see you in public, what do?
They run and give me a hug.
Like, do you know you have had kids at Montessori school that are now adults,
Yes.
like in their mid 20s.
Yes.
You are old,
I know.
and they'll still come up to you.
Mhm.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Yes, you find a ton of meaning, you find a ton of value through your job. And granted, you get to uh be around and influence a ton of people too through your job because both of your jobs require you to be surrounded by people.
Yes.
Do you remember when the kids buried you in the sand?
The only thing as I remember about that is it was at the church and m and my dad's car was filled with sand.
Yeah. Yeah. It was I mean, it was pretty early on. I mean, so the school was still at the church, right? So
Right.
it's been a while ago. But you come into the car, you're dumping sand out of your shoes, and dad asks, where'd all that sand come from? And you're like, oh, I let the kids bury me in the sand. Like what other employee is gonna let the kids bury them in the sand? Well, Haley Thompson will.
Not many.
Not many. Not many. Uh, I think this is really important, and it's really important for people to know like how dedicated you and your friends are to your jobs.
Yes.
So we'll talk about this a lot, right?
Right.
The other thing that made me think of it was, and I talked about this Sunday, was um my conversation with Micah, who's in our Wednesday night class. Your Wednesday night class. I don't
Yeah.
have much to do with Wednesday nights, but
I know what
um
you meant.
yeah, it's Micah works at United Supermarkets, and Micah shows up to his job 2 hours early to go check in with everyone and see how they're doing. Um, and I made the joke that I don't even go into my job 2 hours early to get extra work done, right? And Micah is out there like searching and seeking out community and he's taking time just naturally. Like nobody has told him to do this, nobody has asked him. He just wants to make sure that you're okay and he wants to be in community with you. And the best way he does that is through his job.
Yes.
And I think that's all of you. That's not just Micah. It's not just you.
That's
That's,
all of us that actually have jobs.
yeah, that's, that's Tommy, that's Jacob. Um, that's all of them.
All the guys that work at Avo.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So I think it's really important to highlight that. I think it's really important for you to be vocal about what your job means to you. Because for most of us adults, a job is a means to an end, right? It's what allows us to do the things that we enjoy doing. Whereas for you, your job is what you enjoy doing.
Yes.
You enjoy being around people. You're not going to miss a day.
Unless I'm sick or out of town.
Yeah. But I mean, we've talked about this before. I can count on one hand how many times you've called in sick.
Not very
I
often.
mean, you've missed work for surgeries and stuff, but that's not calling in sick.
No.
That's something a little bit more major. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just there's so much opportunity out there. And there are so many incentives to hire adults with special needs. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more of this, and I'm really excited about it.
I am too.
Do you think people are just staring at my March Madness trophy back there?
No, because it's really mine.
Well, as far as they know, it stays at my house and they think I want it. And
Well,
I don't tell them otherwise.
that's not true. I actually want it. We're just using it as the example.
Yeah, no, Haley has loaned us, she has loaned Haley's brother studio the March Madness trophy. And we're going to keep it up there for the month of March until a new champion is crowned. Well, no, I'll probably let you have it before that, but um yeah, it's coming up, Haley. It's coming up. Uh
During spring break,
give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about March Madness. What is going on right now in the world of college basketball that we have to know about?
a lot like the teams that I want it in is Houston,
Okay, wait. So these are teams that you want to get into the tournament.
or these are the teams that I think are already in.
Teams that are already in. Got it.
Like Houston and
Houston
Kansas.
Cougars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kansas,
Jayhawks.
Jayhawks, and Baylor Bears. I think that's what they are.
Okay.
And the three teams that I think will get in is West Carolina. I mean,
West
West Virginia,
West Virginia.
North Carolina, and Tech.
Oh, it's a strong statement, H.
I know Dad wanted me to put Tech just for the fun of it.
Well, just for the fun of it. And as realistic Tech fans, we want that to happen, but it might be too little too late.
Yeah.
Now they're on a huge heater. Like huge heater. I just wish it would have started a little earlier in the season.
Yeah.
In conference play. But you never know.
Exactly.
So you think West Virginia Mountaineers, who was the second team?
North Carolina
North Carolina
and
and Tech.
Tech.
Okay.
Tech, I'm not for sure. I just want to do that just for the fun of it.
Do you know at this moment who you would pick for your national champion?
Hi, Kansas.
That's a good pick. It's tough to say anyone else other than Kansas, even though a ton of things happen
Yeah.
in March Madness. That's why it's called Madness.
Hi, Kansas and Baylor. Or probably my two, but probably Kansas.
Mm.
Who do you want to win the whole thing? Or who do you think will win the whole thing?
I'll probably be picking Kansas. But I'm also not going to give away my picks because a few of our family members in our bracket challenge listen to the show, and I don't want to be giving out any secrets.
I'm not either.
Need to get that set up so that way everybody's ready to go.
I was just asking.
Yeah, it'll be hard to pick against Kansas.
Very hard.
Yep.
I know one person that'll probably pick Tech if they go.
Who?
Katie, cousin Katie, because she picks Tech every year.
Yeah. Well, it's better than picking Texas.
Yep.
Sam picks Texas over you.
I know.
And it's awesome when they lose in the first round.
It is pretty funny.
So, yeah, we have a lot of fun with March Madness. Big family message board. This will be Weston's first year in it, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. Ella's in it for sure. She had one last year.
Yeah.
So it'll be good. It'll be good. Oh, the
Yucky
wind.
wind.
The wind. Okay, so your no doubters are
West
can are Kansas, Baylor,
Baylor.
and
Houston.
Houston.
Yeah.
And teams you would like to see get in are West Virginia.
West Virginia, North Carolina, and Tech.
Cool. All right. There's your March Madness corner for the week.
I couldn't think of a fourth team.
That's fine. All right. H, give us your tip of the week.
This is what my dad told me to say. Always be nice to your parents. Even they cause a little bit of craziness. You can always be nice to your parents.
I think I may need to start working with you on your tip of the week.
I know. That's what Dad told me
Always
to say.
be nice to your parents.
That's what my dad told me to say. He always tries to help me have a tip of the week, and that's what he said.
No, that's fine. That's your tip of the week. Be nice to your parents. The parents will love that. Way to go. You are trying to get every parent out there to watch your show. Nice job.
Thanks.
Be nice to your parents. I honestly believe that growing up, like you spend the first 25 years, 20 years, thinking you know everything, right?
Right.
And then like just disregarding anything your parents say because they can't know what they're talking about, right?
Right.
And then you spend the rest of your life apologizing to your parents as you start to find out they actually knew a little bit of what they were talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, I find that all the time. Very true. Now, Haley, as we close here, I you skipped over a couple of things that that you've done really the past 2 weeks. Like you've had two really cool opportunities. You got to speak at the Region 16 deal.
On the Region 16 deal. Thank you for saying that. I just I just love speaking at different places. But speaking at Region 16 was really fun. I mean, it was a little nerve wracking at first, but as soon as I get in my scripts on and mom, if somebody's up there that I know very well, then I'm fine.
Yeah, you're very good up there. You're very good. You get nervous from time to time, but who doesn't?
Exactly.
Region 16, for those of you who don't know, it is our regional school system district. I don't like we have school districts. We have Amarillo Independent School District, Canyon Independent School District, and then all the small towns too. Region 16 is the area that covers all of that, right?
Right.
So a pretty big deal. Pretty cool. And you got invited to be the speaker.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And then you got to be up on stage at church on Sunday too.
Yes, for our Haley Project Sunday.
Yeah.
I was only on there like for maybe 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, and then I was off.
Well, yeah, because you think that you have to be in the back of the nursery.
Because that's usually my job.
I mean, would it kill you for one Sunday?
Well, Dad told me I didn't have to be on stage for very long.
Hmm. Fair enough. Fair enough.
They just want me to get some good laughs, and everybody did.
No, you were good. You were good up there. Uh, yeah. So you've had quite the couple weeks here.
Yes.
That's awesome. That's really good. Do you
And,
have
I,
anything else?
and I'm not for sure when I'm going to speak again at big conferences like Region 16, stuff like that. But some people ask me to come. But sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't with our schedules.
Yeah, you don't. You're not such a busy speaker that
No.
you turn down things. You usually say yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's not let's not toot our horn that big age.
Okay. I'm just trying to get to a point. Sometimes we're busy, sometimes we're.
Yeah, but you get to that point a lot
I know.
in every conversation.
I know.
Hmm. All right. You have anything else, H.E.?
I don't think so.
Very good. I don't think I do either.
Megan, thank you for coming back to Haley's Weekly News. Please love, like, and subscribe and comment, and we'll see y'all guys next week.
See ya.